here.
Of course you got your protein drink. All right, y'all. This is the first segment of our new series called Meet Your Admin. And the very first kickoff is with my boy from Afghanistan. We met in where was that? New Jersey. We were at
Fort Dix.
Yeah, we were at some pre-deployment training, and then we ended up being en route to Afghanistan at the same time. I remember we were sitting at the coffee shop, internet cafe in Turkey or something like that.
Yeah.
Stuck. And then we just started shooting the shit and hit it off again, and it's been great ever since. But without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to the first guest on this series, my man, Omar Portillo. What's up, brother?
What's going on, Tony?
Not much, man. I'm glad you could make it. This is really spur of the moment. We kind of just came up with the idea last night, and Omar was available. So, but you know what? It's perfect. I was thinking because, you know, it's Veterans Day weekend, and you're a veteran, and we met through the military. So how fitting is that, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And you got the uniform on, of course. I love it.
Oh, yeah, always in the gym with
it. Good shit. So, like I was saying, I met Omar at pre-deployment training. We kind of hung out there a little bit, and then on our way to Afghanistan, we really hit it off and stayed in touch during the deployment. We actually did those 6 months together. He was at a different base than I was, but we hung out, and he came to my base one day. He started getting into the lifting. I added him to the barbell life. And let me go ahead and just show this picture real quick. So this was when you came to Bagram, and we got to lift for the first time. Bam. This was at the Rock Gym in Bagram Airfield out in Afghanistan. You see Omar's rocking the uniform. He had special rights that I didn't have. We had to wear our PT gear. This guy showing off in his uniform, but I think we hit arms that day because we're looking pretty swole.
Oh, yeah. That was fresh after arms. You killed me that day.
But so, yeah, I remember I added you to the group, and you just hit the ground running, man. You post in, and, it seemed like you really started getting into lifting after that and during your deployment. And no bullshit, man. You got big as fuck quick.
Oh,
I was I saw you that day. I was like, God damn, what the hell? What are you taking? Give me some.
I picked up like 40, 50 pounds while I was out there.
Dude, that's insane. But you didn't look fat or nothing. You looked like it was just solid muscle, man.
Yeah, it was. But it was I didn't do no cardio, so I paid for that later on when I got back to Hawaii. So
trying to do PT tests and all that.
Yeah, I felt like a fat person that was winded. Yeah.
40 pounds is a lot, man. Shit, that should have weighed you down.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, Omar was in the group, and he'd always tag me and shit, like, you know, some dude's harassing a woman or some dude's, you know, trolling, talking shit, being negative, whatever. And Omar was always tagging me. And I was like, well, shit, man, you're built for this. Let me see if you want to be an admin. And Omar was like, yep. And I was like, cool. Made you an admin, and it's been sweet ever since, man. You've been a great admin, definitely.
Appreciate it.
Now, Michelle Wooten, I call her Ride or Die. She had a question. She said, why did you want to be an admin of the best fitness page ever?
Why did I want to be an admin? I
think the best fitness people, page ever. You can't leave that part out.
Yeah, it's definitely the best fitness page out there. Like, I've been on other fitness page, and I can tell you there's nothing that compares to the Barbell Life.
Your checks in the mail.
The whole admin piece, I wanted to do it just because I got tired of seeing people bully people. Like, it kind of got on my nerves with the bullies out there picking on the little guy constantly, because I used to be that little guy. A lot of people don't know, when I went to Afghanistan, I was 148 pounds. So, and I'm 6'2", so you know
Yeah,
how
you're a
thin
big
that
dude.
is. So I got clowned a lot on the outside and other pages and stuff that I would post in. So when I saw the opportunity there, I was like, hey, I'm down for this, like protecting the little guy and kicking
That's,
trolls to the in that troll hole. So it
yeah, the troll
definitely,
hole.
yeah, it was my way to help back in the fitness community.
Well, definitely, man. I mean, you like I said, you hit the ground running, and you've been a great admin, great addition to the family. At that, um, damn, I didn't realize you were so small when I met you.
Yeah, I was 148 pounds.
Because
It was ugly.
that's about what I was sitting at. So, fuck. And you tower over me. Let me show the comparison real quick. I know I just posted a pic. I'll show another one though. This guy. I want to make sure. Okay, so this was after our deployment. I actually PCS to Hawaii, and that's where Omar was actually stationed. So we got together again. I think we had like what a week overlap or something like that. You were on the way out.
Yep,
I just got in.
yep, like a week.
Well, we lived it up though, man. We hit the UFC gym. This is out in Honolulu near Waikiki, and you see
Okay.
you got a good head over me. But yeah. So anyway, I forget where I was going with that. So anyway, let's enough about me. Tell us about yourself, man. Everybody's listening. They wanna know who their admin is. That's the whole point of this show. So we can start from the beginning. Tell us about where you're from, your background, things like that.
So I'm originally from Jersey, Newark. Later moved down to North Carolina to the Goldsboro area. Um, I actually joined the Army first. A lot of people look at me like I'm crazy, but I left and joined the Army at 16. So what I was thinking, I have no clue. Later on, while I was in the Army, I felt like it wasn't for me. I actually did what they call an inter-service transfer and hop branches. So I never finished my contract with the Army, just jumped out and joined the Air Force. Came in. I've been in the Air Force now for 15 years in the Air Force. Definitely did not have a lifting lifestyle or lifting mentality when I first came in. Sat behind a desk, did absolutely nothing, party, drink all day. At one point, I was even smoking. Um, Put the cigarettes down. Decided to try to get healthy. I ended up back in 2011, deployed for 18 months. Played around with the weights a little bit. During that 18 months, probably picked up about a good 20, 30 pounds. Got back to Hawaii, kind of fell off a little bit. Well, I won't say a little bit, fell off a lot. And then got to Afghanistan, ran into you. I honestly say you got me motivated back in there because I saw you sent me a friend request on Facebook, and I was like, man, this little dude is a beast. Like, I wasn't expecting you to be out doing shows and stuff. So I was like, I was motivated. I was hating, low key hating. So I was like, hey, I got to get in the gym and start lifting. Like, this little guy is bigger than me in reality. So hit the ground in Afghanistan running. When I left there and came back from Afghanistan, the crazy thing is what I didn't realize with PTSD kind of hit me from the I don't know if you remember the attack that we
I
went in when
remember.
I was down there. So living
Because you
down
want
in
to
White,
tell everybody what happened in a nutshell. It's a
yeah,
crazy story.
pretty much we had some suicide bombers run a gate while I was out there and lost a couple people that I was lifting weights with when I was there. So that kind of, at first, I didn't feel like it affected me or whatever while I was out there. We ended up getting the guys. It was two suicide bombers and three guys that came in with like weapons and stuff that decided they wanted to go crazy. But eventually, we got them or whatever, so they didn't make it out alive. The bad guys, but ended up leaving or whatever, getting back. Never really thought about the situation until I moved into my place in Waikiki when I got back to Hawaii, and I realized something was wrong when I was out there when the with the Hilton every Friday when the fireworks go off,
Oh
and
yeah.
I ended up I remember sleep fireworks went off, and the first thing I did was jump up, and I'm starting to look for an M4, like, hey, we getting attacked, like
Yeah.
it's time to time to go out and handle some business. And then I looked out over the balcony and was like, man, calm down, it's just the fireworks. So it I let that go on for probably about a good month and a half maybe, and that's when I decided to go get help. And I kind of fell off from the gym just a little bit, and then I slowly started dropping weight. I went from like 215 to 170, 175.
Oh wow.
And yeah, so the weight started dropping, and then I was like, all right, I don't like the way I'm starting to look. I mean, I started slimming down, but I was kind of cut up still. But I ended up getting back into the gym with like, you know what, if I'm gonna beat this PTSD thing, I'm gonna do it by getting in the gym, because of course, you know, military doctors, they try to heavily medicate you. So I started tossing the
Mhm.
medicine in the trash and hitting the gym instead, and it works. um, I got back into it, and slowly started putting the weight back on. So I think it worked a lot better. And then eventually I left, you came out there, I left, we worked out for a little bit. I got out here, and after a whole month-long vacation, I went out to Barbados to hang out with my dad. Of course, I didn't do any lifting out there, but got back and
Get the
ran
drinks.
into a coworker of mine who found out he was Olympian. So he pretty much, told him about the barbell life, and of course he was familiar with it. And
Oh
I'm
really?
trying to get him in the group, yeah. But start talking to him, and next thing I know, he started training me for free pretty much. He was like, hey, you come work out with me, and we're gonna get you back right. And I've been kind of throwing cardio in there a little bit, but it definitely is not what it used to be. I hate cardio. Like, that's
Mhm.
one of my biggest pet peeves. But he's got me into it, and I'm picking up the weight, but I'm not walking around feeling like a fat person at the same
Mhm.
time like I did before in Afghanistan. So I'm doing it right, and he's definitely pushing me. The workouts are insane. There's days I won't lie, I'm ready to quit. I'm like, I can't take this. But it's definitely, I'm getting back in the right direction. I'm loving it and loving the results.
So you're basically putting on the size, but doing it slow and steady, and
Yep,
keeping off the fat and keeping up your endurance and all that stuff.
yep, yeah. Because right now I'm back to working out with him. I'm at 190, 193.
Mm.
So
That's probably a good size for you, man, because it sounds like that's in between the 170 and the what you said 215 when you
yeah,
were heavy. So that's probably like a lean but still solid, look to you.
it
Um,
definitely is.
well, it's cool to hear that the lifestyle, the barbell lifestyle, um, what helped you fight the PTSD and kind of get yourself back on track and things like that. We just did a podcast with the guy earlier. He was fighting depression and all this stuff, and he got in that weight room, man, and just turned his life around. And this is just another example of how the weight room, the gym, the barbell life, is changing lives. So thank you for your service. I know what the fuck you were doing out there, and it was insane. I was fortunate to not have to be doing convoys and all that craziness that you were doing. So much respect. Uh, but yeah, man, other than that, just wanted to take a minute and show some love and introduce you to those of the people in the group who may not know exactly who you are or want to know a little more about you. So, this is what the segment's all about. But before we wrap up, I'm going to give you a minute to just kind of, say what you want to say to the group, whether it be some advice, whether it be telling these knuckleheads to chill out, whatever, man. The floor is yours. So go ahead.
Pretty much my advice to the group is, if y'all feel like somebody verbally attacking y'all, hit us up. I mean, we definitely I can say out of all the groups I've been in, our admin team, we don't sleep. Like, it's always somebody up in a different time zone somewhere across the world that's doing something. So let us know. We look out for you guys. Like, we definitely, I can say this is, I didn't buy these shirts for no reason. Like, I've been in many groups, and this is the only group where I've actually gone out and bought something from it. I got enough shirts to last me a whole week. So
you do got like every color.
Yeah. So I definitely, I think I even got some repeat colors somewhere, but I definitely love the group, what it's about. It's all the admin. We're positive. We look out for you guys. When y'all think we ain't looking, we're looking. We let the trolls hang themselves at some point, but don't let those guys determine what you're doing. We see some people decide they want to leave the group because they feel like they're being picked on, but don't let them get the best of you. They're just trolls. At the end of the day, they'll get removed, and we're here to help y'all. I mean, it's a family is what it is. So, and I love the family, and I'm always gonna look out for the family. So just make sure y'all tag us.
Much love. That's true. You know, we can't do nothing unless you tag us. So you got to tag us. You got to let us know. And also, this is a big thing. Let me caveat to that is there's only so many of us, and yes, we're always on the clock, but we can't catch everything. And one of the things that you guys need to do is to help us. You know, this is your community. This is your family, your group. So when you see something going on, speak up. You know, call people out or try to, you know, give advice, you know, whatever. Add value to the group. You know, you can't just complain if you're not doing anything about it. So, but on that note, well said, one last thing before I wrap it up. On the podcast, I ask all our guests to give one bit of advice, no matter what it is, anything, a life lesson that you would share with the followers. So, what's something that you would throw out there?
A life lesson is, I guess, don't give up. I mean, I've been at the stage in my life where I battled depression, battled PTSD. Weightlifting is just a way of life. I mean, I'm not big into drugs and stuff like that because I feel like the effect that I get from will make me feel like a zombie. Like, I'd rather have control of my own life. So, I mean, if you know you want to do something in life, just don't give up. I mean, keep at it. Look to others to give you help, whatever it takes. Like, don't be afraid to reach out for help with others or in the group and help. I mean, that's just my biggest advice. Yeah.
Well said. All right. Well, there you have it. First installment of the Meet Your Admin series of the Barbell Life show. Thanks for being a guest, Omar, Big O. And look forward to seeing you again. You need to come back to Hawaii. I know you're going to be out here eventually, so let me know, and we'll link back up and do it big. But till next time, guys, take care.
Oh, and try that thermite too. You know.
Yes.
Gotta throw that out.
My man.
To get that bottle.
Barbellnutrition.com. Oh, that's why you're a great admin. That's what I'm talking about. I was slipping. I was sitting over here slipping. You got my back. Good shit, man. All right. See you guys later.
All right.